Right, hello everybody. We are live here on the Robbie Rants YouTube channel. I am your host, Robbie Collins. I've brought on a very special guest. He was at the match, if you're wondering why I've brought on a Celtic fan, as you can see with the banners behind him. It is Mr. Owen Doctrine. Owen, how you doing?
I'm not bad, how you doing?
Aye, not bad. Thank you so much for joining me today.
No
It's
problem.
well appreciated. Obviously, you were at the game, so I thought I'd bring you on and we can talk about everything that happened. I just need to say sorry there was no match preview. I sort of took a wee break after making match previews and reactions. I thought I'd leave everything till Monday night. We can come on and talk about everything that happened because there is a lot of breakdown for the game. Owen, before we even get into the game, from an outsider's perspective, last week we got the news that Stephen Robinson was staying on at the club until 2028.
Yep.
Brilliant news for us. From an outsider's perspective, you've looked at everything that's happened. Hold on, let me just quickly give a shout out to Kino, who says up the Mirren. You weren't saying that when you wanted us to lose, but were you? No, but from an outsider's perspective, looking in, we've seen a lot of managers be unhappy at clubs in a lot of situations. You look at Rodgers at Celtic, there's been a lot of mishap about that recently. Russell Martin's no settled in at Rangers. So, from an outsider looking in, how happy are you that well, not how happy are you, but how nice is it to know that you've got a team in the league that have a settled manager, and you can really take example of that because it has been so settled for St Mirren in recent years.
Oh, definitely, actually. Well, feel quite shit getting that.
Keener's a Man U fan, by the way, so he sees me wearing the Liverpool top and he doesn't like it.
Haha. Nah, honestly, I feel great, to be fair to you, honestly. It just feels good. I think I think it was also crucial that you managed to get Robertson staying again, because just see, to be honest with you, who would someone actually go for if Robertson wasn't here right now?
Neil Lennon.
No, but it's I feel great, but it's good.
No, like I'd worry who would go for. We'd end up with probably Stephen Naismith, although I know he's now in the Scotland camp for the upcoming qualifiers, which is
Stephen Thompson, junior manager.
yes, please. Tom will be singing. When did you see that clip when Hibs were playing in Europe? That
Oh my
was
god!
fun. There's a comment coming in here. If I'd like to click the right button from you see someone on the link to. No, I've not seen that, mate. I know someone are looking for a striker.
Oh,
I'm also quite wary. I have a pal that's called Declan Mitchell, so I don't know if that's a joke to call it, but no, I do think we need a striker. We'll get into talking about that a wee bit actually, because that's quite an interesting topic. But I am just happy Robinson's signed on the long term. It's something that just makes you feel more comfortable as a fan, and you'll know through having Neil Lennon at your club, well, the second time anyway, that managers can go wrong very, very quickly. If they've not got the right players and stuff like that. So to have a manager that you know is going to be good, we've got a good group of players. We're starting to attract better players to the club. It's something that we can take into the future and feel really positive about.
100%. Actually, as you know, it didn't. Everyone knows now that it didn't go well when Lennon came back to Celtic. Wasn't you what? Well, first of all, what Celtic were expecting. They were expecting just to go through it again, but that wasn't the case. But nah, actually, if you get the right players in, then you'll definitely perform better, and if you don't, then it could go very bad for you.
Aye, I don't know. I can't see it gone bad, to be honest with you.
Nah.
I think we will be fine. Aberdeen have just signed something about Adam Wilson. I've never heard of him before, to be honest, mate.
No.
But I mean, we probably should get into the game that we went to. We were at Miser for St Mirren versus Rangers. It was a good result in the end. Having had a bit of time to process it.
Yep.
I still feel quite disappointed, I'll be honest. I feel like we probably should have won the game. I think we deserved to win the game. I think we were a lot better. When you talk about the first half, and I was very harsh showing, as you probably heard on my TikTok, with the player ratings that I done. Probably just rushed them a wee bit. But I thought in the first half we were absolutely tremendous. I thought we battered Rangers about the pit. It's no often teams come to this miser like Celtic or Rangers, and I said that to you as well. I said when Celtic come, you can almost feel the pressure. You can feel them. They're going to be so dominant in possession. They're going to be putting pressure on you, hitting shots. But Rangers really done none of that in this first half anyway.
They didn't. They actually didn't even create anything. Like, that's the only thing they created with the two shots. One from Cam over the crossbar and the save from George, which was still can't believe he saves it. But nah, actually didn't create much in the first half. Thought someone dominated. Um, Gave little to Rangers for the full game, and I thought someone were hard done by and not get 3 points yesterday. Just a slight deflection on the way through for Curtis's goal was enough to see it going in the back of the net. Obviously, I get told if it was no deflection, I think the goal was going to save it, but that's what I get
Aye,
told, but I don't know.
I think he was. Aye, but seeing the
Um,
replay, I think he was gonna save it. But Gainer makes a good point there. Some tough games out the way already, and 2 points from it could be worse. We've played the two best teams in the division already. Plus played Hearts in the cup, which we've picked up a couple of points in the league. Obviously against Motherwell and Rangers, we've beat Hearts in the cup, so we've picked up a lot of good results early on.
Aye, they actually did. Actually, as you said, you've played the two best teams. Obviously so far, the Celtic and Rangers. Obviously you get really unfortunate with a late deflection goal against us, and then should have probably took more of if you took your chances made yesterday, it would have been a much different game. And obviously when you say with Hearts as well, like literally good to get over the line, because again genuinely thought you deserved to win that game for the 90 minutes, and
Top
then
partnership.
obviously wasn't great against Motherwell for the two teams, to be fair. Wasn't really enough created, but they didn't lose the game, which is the main thing. So on to this Sunday, and if you can get the first one on the board.
I was probably one of the most boring games of football you'll watch all season with St Mirren and Motherwell. Both teams were really flat. But I take positives in every game. We were getting into the Rangers game, and I was listening to other people talking about it, Rangers fans saying, St Mirren haven't won a game yet, but that's not really what it's about. You need to look
Yeah.
at the way we played at Celtic Park in particular, which is the main positive I take. We didn't just get pegged back early on, concede a few and try our best. We were brilliant defensively when we were trying to get the ball forward. We were trying to go to Celtic, try to be direct. It's obviously something that's very, very difficult today at Celtic Park. You can't exactly just play the way you want to at all times. So, to have that good performance, to take into Motherwell, look, Motherwell play a decent system. It was always going to be a tough game. We just cancelled each other out then. To take on a Hearts team that have picked up 2 wins in the league, we seem like we've maybe knocked their confidence a wee bit. They don't seem very good at all right now. And then to take into Rangers against a Rangers team that, look, we know it's not the best Rangers team we're playing. I heard Alec McCoy start ranting about how bad Rangers are now. You've got players that are now wanting to play for Rangers, Higaman, refusing to come on the pitch. It sort of sums up where they are, and the fact that we can make it, at least in the first half anyway, look so confident. It's only a positive going forward.
Oh no, I just say about Eggman, it's just funny. Honestly, cannot believe you actually just went. Nah, I'm injured. Brilliant. Well, safe to say, I don't think he'll be back in that part for Rangers.
Going to be on the
But
bench for Rangers again. To be honest with you, I don't know why you'd put him on the bench.
nah, actually, I can't believe you just literally said that you're fine to go and play, and then when your manager turns to you to get on the party to get a winner, then you're saying, nah, I'm injured. Like, what? But nah, actually, before I came on this anyway, like, I think it was, is it Andy Halliday, I think, said that, basically saying, if you don't want to be here, then knock on the door of Russell Martin, just say, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to be out here. It's that plain and simple. Obviously, people are saying about apology, like, but I don't think that's going to happen at all, because the way it's going about now with Rangers, and they're very Latin players as well. even though they've signed players, they've just sold 3 left backs in the space of a week. Literally, like Jesse's away, Real Madrid's away, and they need to get enough players in. They need to get players in, and then obviously hear me bloody ranting on about it, saying me get signings in. No, they need to go and get signings because wow, man, they are very weak in players. But aye, Egerman's weird, and I don't think he's going to be playing again.
Just as simple as not to echo too much what Boyd and McCoist and everybody else has said, but just don't play him. Drive him,
Exactly.
as Boyd said, drive him to the airport and tell him to go and find another club. It's as simple as that. He's just know the right attitude for that player. You know, you're looking at other players' attitudes. You're looking at the way Isak's been with Newcastle. You know, if I was looking at signing Hamza Egerman and there's been some mental fees reported for him, I'd look at that and go, are you really going to change your attitude? Because if things aren't going well at this club, you're just going to turn and you're not going to want to play, which no player should. You know, the one thing Russell Martin's trying to come out and say is his players are sort of buying into the system that he's playing and they're buying into him. Well, why is your players suddenly not wanting to play for you anymore?
No, it's very weird.
Enough complaining about Rangers problems. Let's get into the positives and let's talk about us, because that is why we're here. First player we need to get a mention to, Shamal George. I mean, pulled out possibly the best save I will ever see in person. Absolutely magnificent. But genuinely, it was I don't know if you've seen the votes for the SPFL Save of the Week, but the fact the other two are even in contention for that is beyond me. It's not even the fact he gets his horn up. It's George's body position when he's lying down when the ball's gone towards the net. He's not in a position at all where you should get to a football and manage to knock it away. Somehow manages to turn his body just enough to get there. But outside of that one, he just had a really comfortable game. And Rangers were flinging it and he was saving comfortably. Also had the save late on for the can't remember who hit it. I don't know if it was it Tav. He had the really good save for Tav late on. There was a shot in the first half that he sort of dove at full stretch and got to as well. So he made a few good saves and he looks a very comfortable goalkeeper.
He does. I remember when obviously he was when he was at Livy, I didn't even rate him at all. But he looked brilliant so far in his first 4 or 5 games this season. He looks unbelievable. I think, as you say, obviously best save you've seen live. I think I've probably seen 2 brilliant saves live now in the space of 2 days.
You've seen that was another one of the nominees, Jordan Pryor for Livingston.
The Livingston goal, how he managed to get back across, and he's I don't know how he saved it like the crossbar. It's brilliant. I can't believe it. I was standing up for a second goal.
Keno says it, but the save he saw, it would have been that Shamal George save. It would have, can 100% guarantee it would have been. It was just phenomenal. I really don't know how he gets it.
And even the one you said a little bit later on with the Tav shot, like, it's hard for him as well because it takes a slight deflection, I think, and it kind of makes the ball go in a different angle, and he still managed to get down and save it and get it away push it somewhere. But George has probably been one of the season of the window so far for you anyway. It's been just absolutely top notch, and obviously you're hoping it continues from. So to save him.
And shout out to Shamal George, because I'm sure he would have seen it when he signed with the club as well. There was a lot of pressure to replace Zach Kevin because everybody thought he was the best thing that's ever come out of Paisley. But Shamal George coming in, he's just shown what he was all about. And I said to you, and nobody can ever doubt me, and I've told you and multiple other my mates as well, I love Shamal George. I said to you when he wasn't even linked with someone, I would have loved to have had him at the club after Livingston. I was so open and honest that I thought he was just a fantastic goalkeeper. So when I seen it was rumoured that he was going to be signed, I was like, if this actually happens, I know we will have a goalkeeper on our hands. And we've got a very comfortable one.
Oh no, definitely. You've got a very comfortable one. Actually, I think the goals he's conceded this season, there's nothing you can do about them. Actually, it's just defensive errors, to be fair.
We've conceded 3 goals all season, all 3 of them have been deflections.
I know.
No,
Aye, that's true,
as a
actually.
goalkeeper,
Aye.
there's absolutely nothing you can do about
I know. Actually. Especially if with the McCown one, and even the Curtis one as well, there's nothing you can do about it. Actually, I can't remember the Hearts one, I know it's a header, but I can't remember Hams. But no, he looks very comfortable, and long may it continue for him.
I hope so. Next, I want to talk about the back three. This is where I was probably getting the most criticism off of fans online. I think I gave Fraser a 7 and the other two a 6. Probably was a bit harsh considering the way the game went. I think I almost took the second half into account too much. Hold on, there's a on here. Cheers, Reagan. Thank you so much for subscribing, mate. If you guys don't know, me and Reagan were just on a show talking about the Scotland national team squad that has just got announced, called the Scottish Football Zone. I will put it in the comments after this. If anybody wants to go and give it a subscribe, that would be much appreciated. Owen, I believe there's talks about you potentially joining the show as well, so that would be nice. But Reagan, thank you so much for subscribing, mate. We're so close to 100 subscribers. I believe we're only 2 off now. I think Reagan's subscription makes that 98. So, if you
Nice.
could hit the subscribe button, gets to 100, even potentially before the end of that stream, that would be so appreciated. Are you alright there?
I'm just telling people to subscribe in there, but
I like it. But no, onto the back three. I was probably overly harsh on the ratings I gave them. I'm just trying to think of the way the game went. And I thought Luke Fraser was excellent. I said to you at the time, he uses his body so well to get fouls. As 100, if it's 100, then thank you guys so much. It was a 97 this morning, I'm sure, but if it is 100, thank you guys so much. That does honestly mean a lot. But Fraser uses his body so well. Deckleton just looks a step above. I said we'll be lucky to probably keep him here after this season, to be honest with you.
yeah.
I think he's just a cut above everybody else. Then Gogic and I don't know if this is just me being harsh. Gogic, I thought had the least comfortable afternoon at the three. In my opinion, I thought he was good. I thought he was really good. I thought he dealt with everything brilliant. It just felt to me at some points in the second half he was getting a wee bit ruffled feathers, especially when he picked up the booking. I thought he was maybe just losing the head a wee bit.
Let's say if I was doing ratings in my head or whatever, I don't even know, but like he was pushing himself to a 5, literally, with his shite passing and all that. Literally, the pass he makes and it
People thought
goes
I was being
right
harsh.
to the player. That
People
could have
thought I
went
was being
so
harsh.
badly for you.
Well, that was in the start of the second half, was it not? Or was it the first? I can't remember.
I thought it was well at the second half. I think it was after you
No,
conceded.
it was the second half. Because I can kind of excuse them for that because I was at a point in the game where all the pressure was on us now. Rangers completely flipped the momentum of the goal.
Yeah.
And anybody could have made that blunder involved. So we're going to talk about Bacchus later. But I did think overall the back three done a brilliant job throughout the whole game.
Definitely. Thought Faircombe was very good again.
YouTube, I will take my 100 subscriber for that, please and thank you. But moving on to the fullbacks, Declan John I thought had a much more positive game than Richardson did. I thought they were both good. A lot of people thought Richardson might have been up for man of the match, and I personally didn't see man of the match in Richardson. I thought he was comfortable. I thought he was good. But I didn't see him getting on the ball as much as I thought John did, to be honest with you, and that might just be me on.
I thought John was very decent. He looked good. Done his usual, put the brilliant balls into the box. Just unfortunately, there was that to convert them. I thought Richardson was okay, but he wasn't man of the match type for my liking anyway. He wasn't man of the match liking for me. He was getting the ball, and I think there was times he could have probably maybe possibly just drive forward a wee bit more instead of being a wee bit safe. But but I think he was okay. He wasn't man of the match material, but he was still decent on the day. So he done his job, but he had to do.
Well, I think everybody done their job on the day, to be honest, and that's why I was so pleased. I mean, I think every player done well in their job. I think we absolutely battered Rangers, if I'm being really honest. Moving into the midfield then, Phillips, Bacchus and O'Hara was of course the midfield three. Didn't think it was going to be any different. we'll start with Killian Phillips. I mean, that man could run through a brick wall for you. I thought he was phenomenal. Honestly, he just never stops running up until he
No.
got injured, really. Which I hope is nothing too serious. I've not heard anything from Robinson about the severity of the injury.
Yeah.
But that man just would not stop running. He was putting inside. Like, I remember there was one sure right in front of us when they were trying to play it back, and it just doesn't look like Phillips should get there. And he just puts in an absolute cruncher and gets the ball. You know, it's
Twice,
kind of one of them. Aye, Mandron done it as well. It's kind of ones where it gets a crowd after feet and it gets them buzzing for it. But sum up Phillips' performance, because I thought it was excellent.
I thought it was unbelievable. As you say about that tackle as well, which it's the way just slide tackles win the ball so simple, and then he does it again. The second time he win it straight back again. He's actually a tank, man. He's brilliant. I love him, man. Honestly. If there's any time that he wants to come to Celtic, then he's more than welcome to.
Yeah, no, please. You've got enough midfielders, you don't need any. Your squad's stacked with midfield talent. But no, he's fantastic. He will be at a bigger club than us eventually. You know, he's too good for us personally. Moved on to the other side, and it's hard to pick where to start on these two because I had some very harsh thoughts for them, to be honest with you. I know a lot of people agreed. There was a few people actually. We'll start with Mark O'Hara, the captain. And at times, to me, he just looked a bit flat on his feet. I think he is always so commanding, and I love that about him. He always, you know, he's very good at directing the team forward and, you know, pushing the team on and stuff like that. It just felt to me at times he was a bit flat on his feet. It wasn't, you know, there was a time where the ball dropped at the edge of the box and he's jogging towards it. There was a time in the second half where he was jogging back when the Rangers player was breaking into the box. And I know you get tired, but I seen Mark jogging about really for about 40 minutes onwards. You know, it's not often you see that for Mark, and
no,
that's maybe my assessment, and maybe I'm wrong. But that's the way I certainly took his performance. I don't get me wrong, I still thought the first half he was excellent. And the second half he just completely tailed off for me.
I thought I don't think he was great yesterday at all. I don't know. I don't think he was good at all last night. I was saying, thought he was just. I don't know. There was so many times he had the ball at his feet and he would kind of lose it under a bit of pressure, I would say. Wasn't being his usual self, wasn't driving forward with the ball when he had a good chance to drive forward. And many times he just played the safe option left to John or something. But obviously, every player can have a bad game, and I think that was definitely O'Hara's bad game yesterday.
Look, I don't even think O'Hara's bad game was awful, to be honest with you. I don't think he had an awful performance. I thought he was just a bit flat at times, and you spoke about their losing the ball under the pressure. We'll speak about the last midfielder, Keanu Bacchus, a player that came up the road with so much hype, and I still think he's going to be good, and there was times where he was good. I thought he drove forward really well at times. There was that shot that he had that it went a couple metres out of the bar, but I thought, you know, at least he had a go. But there was just that one time where he's getting no pressure under them. We've got a chance to drive forward. The Rangers midfielders drop deep. He's got the ball at his feet in the middle of the park. He just needs to, you know, jog forward a few yards, maybe look for an option, maybe have a shot. And Asgard somehow makes up a bit. I don't know, but how much would you say, about 20 feet on him and picks up the ball? I feel, and at that point, and you know, it wasn't just that either. I think there was a couple of times where they maybe gave the ball away cheaply, and maybe didn't put an aggressive enough tackle. But like, I'm not going to be too overly critical of the boy. He's been down to England. He's not exactly played every week. He's still got to catch up with the physicality up here again. So I can understand why that maybe wasn't his peak Keanu Bacchus and maybe what we're used to seeing. But I thought he still had a decent game.
I thought he was actually. I thought he was not too bad. As you said, there was times that he would give away cheaply in that, which he cannot really do against Rangers and that. But obviously, we both said yesterday, if he scores that goal, they're both on the pitch. Because, wow, man, that was a rocket. And if it goes in the back of the net, wow, probably took the net off with it. But no, as you said, all the hype about him coming back up. as you said, I think he still will be good. I think he'll be one of the good players this season. As coming back from Mansfield anyway, but there was sometimes he would lose the ball cheaply, and obviously as you said about Asgard, he shouldn't be getting back. He shouldn't be getting back on Bacchus as well. So I
Nah,
wasn't
like
the greatest
Bacchus,
games for Bacchus, but I think he was okay as well.
and it was. I think Bacchus was probably the player that was getting the most shouts after the crowd, particularly in the second half. I did feel like a lot of the crowd in the main stand anyway, and anybody listening that does sit in the main stand knows what I'm talking about. That they let their voices be heard.
Yep.
So I think he was getting a lot of criticism. He was another player that picked up about him. 3 players in the start 11, Gogic, Bacchus and O'Hara, all picked up cards. But we get on to talking about my personal best two of the team in the game, Jonah Ayunga and Mikel Mandron. And when the team sheet came out on, I said to you, I think it was the right call for Stephen Robinson. I think you had to go with the two physical guys. Of course, Robinson played his usual antics card. Mikel Mandron hasn't trained all week, but you know what? He still gets in the starting 11. So all is all right. I was happy enough to see this from two, and they were phenomenal. For me, they were absolutely phenomenal. Emmanuel Fernandez is a really big player. John Suter is a very big player. They two made them seem small. Honestly, I'm so pleased for them. They went for absolutely everything. Mandron put in a really good tackle. They got the crowd absolutely fired up, genuinely right in front of us as well.
Yep.
Just two man of the match worthy performances for me. I thought they were honestly both absolutely terrific. And if we're going to get that version of the two every week, I'm buzzing for the season ahead, because the ball through for Mikel Mandron was inch perfect. It was at a point in the game as well, Owen, where that's what we needed. We were trying things that weren't working. There was a couple of things that get cut out easily for Rangers, and Rangers can say the same for us, although they didn't put much attack on in the first half. But in that first half, we just needed that killer instinct, that killer pass to break for Rangers, and Mikel Mandron got it absolutely spot on. Ayunga runs through, battles after John Suter with ease, you've got to say, and I really can't finish past Butland.
Oh no, thought two of them unbelievable yesterday. Also, but I love it goes well. Also, the pass is brilliant, but I love Ayunga's wee touch to the right hand side. That takes it away from Suter, so he can't make any form of slide tackle to block the shot. Takes it away from Suter, so smart. And then people are probably saying, "Where's he gone? Just hit the ball." But then he's smart. He goes down to his right hand side a bit, and then he can fire it around Butland into the net, which was incredible. That's what I loved about the goal as well. But nah, I would just, there's times as well when he wins a header, when the two of them win a header, you're just hoping there was a player just near him so he could just break out of the ball. But obviously wasn't there. But nah, I thought they were winning everything. They were bullying the back line of Rangers a lot yesterday, and credit to them, because I thought, wow, that's probably one of the best I've seen the two of them.
There was a time a few seasons ago where we watched, I remember it's my first ever sitting on the way there with Livingston the Cup, and we watched, I can't remember who put the ball through for Danny Mullen, but somebody slipped them through. It was really on the gay game, he won it. That we've sent us through in the cup, and it just takes too long and hits it wide. That's how I almost felt watching Jonah Ayunga. I'm not saying Ayunga's a bad player, but I almost just felt when he didn't hit it sooner, I thought he maybe was going to hit it wider, straight at the goalkeeper, but he's so smart in the way he turns with the ball. It's brilliant for a striker, and it's something that I want to see more. I want to see they two link up. I feel like that's Mandron's another one, but you heard it on at the game how much abuse he was still getting, even when he was playing well. There was nothing better than seeing they two link up for the goal, because the two that I think get the most abuse, they get the why jumping, why you're so lazy, all that sort of nonsense. But they work their arse off. They do it really well as well. And honestly, I thought Mandron probably deserved a goal as well. Unfortunately, never got it.
Oh, definitely. I thought it was that one where Mandron does well in the second half to get by the two Rangers players, unleashes one, takes a slight deflection and goes wide. I thought that was heading right in out of the goal. Honestly, if that goes in the net, then I think the Rangers' heads drop, and then St Mirren would just have the tails up straight away after it, and they would keep going from there. But obviously it was so unlucky not to see it go in the net. But aye, he was very unfortunate on a goal. Even the one that Philip puts out of the box with his left foot in the first half, he's trying to stretch for it to get it in the net. It's just so unfortunate to miss it. But the goal will come from. The goal will come from. So hopefully maybe this Sunday will come from. But definitely deserves a goal yesterday. But unfortunate.
Man, John hat-trick at Easter Road, yes, please.
You'll
But we're
actually
getting this-
flip at your skin of arms.
I'll be loving it. But into the second half, Rangers understandably made some changes. Nothing really happened of note in the first 10-15 minutes. It was very, very a flat opening to the second half, and I saw it turned around on you to say that at a 55-minute mark, we survived the first 10 minutes, probably the most crucial part. But Rangers started making changes. Tavernier was brought onto the pitch. I'm going to go and see who else was brought on because I can't remember. Diomande get brought on, Finlay Curtis, Danilo, Mikey Moore. The Tavernier one really did change the game, and I'm going to be open and honest in here because it's the first time I spoke about it since I've seen it. To anybody criticising Tavernier on the Rangers end, in my opinion, it's just wrong on so many levels, in my opinion. That was a guy that every time he's come on for Rangers this season, he's changed the game. He's changed the dynamic. Rangers look better when he's come on the park. So for any Rangers fan, really, in my opinion, he sit there and try and go at this man and try and say that he's no good enough and try and say that he shouldn't be at the club anymore. I just look at the performances for Tav. I thought he was brilliant when he came on again. I thought he dictated the tempo of the game. I thought he changed the game. And when they subs come on, you've got to see the game sort of flipped on its head a wee bit.
I would say so, yeah. People are saying about Tav is, I'll strip it. I'll strip it to believe that the Bruce he gets is terrible. Obviously, let's say scores the first goal of the season, and then gets hooked for the next game. Doesn't play, comes on, saves Rangers from getting an embarrassing result at Ibrox. Saves them. I know it's not you want one each draw, but he saved them again, and then yet again, probably one of the best players when he came on the park for Rangers yesterday. Obviously, unlucky not to get the goal in the end to win the game, but nah. And then I had a TikTok I think it was the day actually, saying that he doesn't deserve the stick, and I totally agree with it. Does not deserve any stick at all. He's the Rangers captain for a reason, and he's absolutely probably one of the best Rangers captains you'll see.
I want to shout out my boy Tino's time down here. I hope you're doing well, mate. Tino is one of the biggest grafters I know. He is live pretty much every day this week, I think. You can find his schedule on his Twitter. Tino, if you want to write it in the comments, maybe I will bring it up so people can go and give you a follow. This guy is a grafter and he loves wrestling. He's live pretty much every week talking about wrestling, and that gives me a perfect opportunity to plug the 30th of August, because on the 30th of August, the Main Event Wrestling Network will be doing a half marathon. That is 12 hours of streaming, pure dedicated to live wrestling. Tino will be a part of it. I will be a part of it. Vicious Rants will be a part of it. Mr. OTM will be there. There'll be so many wrestling content creators there on the 30th. It is a 9 a.m. Eastern start, 9 p.m. UK time. I'm led to believe that's 2 p.m. till 2 a.m. So if you want to check that out, I will actually leave that in the comments as well. But aye, shout out to Tino, man, because that man he is a grafter. He makes a lot of content on wrestling. So shout out to you, Tino.
Good luck. Have fun with Rod tonight.
Aye, it should be great staying up. I think I don't want to get away. I think my slot is 11 p.m. So it'll be around about that mark. The schedule will be out soon, so keep an eye out for that. But back to this game and talking about the subs that Rangers made, you compare that to our subs, and you can see why the game flipped. We bring on Roland Adoro, Evan Mooney, and Scott Tanzer. They bring on Mikey Moore, who is arguably one of the biggest prospects coming into English football right now. He's certainly got that reputation after Tottenham fans. So, you can understand why the game flipped a bit more in Rangers' favour, and also taking out Killian Phillips doesn't really help your situation, to be honest with you, because of an injury. As a guy that you probably won't play until the end. But we held our own quite well. Rangers still never, even after they scored, I still don't even think Rangers created enough a lot. They kept a lot of the ball, they pegged us in, but they weren't creating it, no.
No, actually, they get their tails up when they scored the equaliser, and then actually Rangers fans will try to get behind them every time. They get a corner or something, and then it wasn't working for them. But obviously the shot that cut us his about 3 minutes after he scores, where Josh tips up with the bar, then it gets him right up for it. But after that, there was nothing again. It just went flat for Rangers yet again, and obviously St Mirren had the better chance near the end with the header from Gogic, which is so unfortunate, and an outstanding save from Button to keep it out. But again, as you said, flat from Rangers yet again after these goals.
They had to rely on Finlay Curtis coming onto the pitch to score. No
That's 3 times now.
No starting the game with a striker, proper number 9.
No.
There's a lot of problems for Rangers. I'm not going to speak about it on here because this isn't a place to talk about Rangers. And I'll keep my opinions to myself. But for us, on our end, it's a point gained on. Well, for St Mirren, I know you're not a St Mirren fan, but for St Mirren, it's a point gained. Probably 2 points dropped for some people. I'm not going to be that critical. It is always still a tough test coming up against Rangers, but with the way the game went, we could have get the 3 points, which I think is the most frustrating thing.
Aye, I would say so. I would think there was 2 points lost, and I think it was St Mirren that lost the 2 points because, again, Rangers haven't done anything in 3 league games this season to see out any game. Actually, space to the Motherwell one as well. Actually, 1-0 up, cruising. Could have get the game done by half time, I would say. Didn't let Motherwell back in, and then Motherwell just took advantage. So I think St Mirren was hard done by, we'll get 3 points yesterday. But as you said, draw against any firm team is a win in your books, isn't it? So.
Aye, pretty much. I mean, Robinson spoke about it all week. You just look at the budget difference both teams, and that tells you all you need to know. On paper, if football was played on paper, we never beat Rangers or Celtic. It's as simple as that. But luckily for us, that's why football's not played on paper, and we're the team that have took the most points after Rangers as well last season anyway. So,
yep.
We're still unbeaten against them in the last 4. I know next week no bother. I'm doing it to use again. We're giving you a good advantage.
Yep,
Just going to grab one now next week in the Old Firm, which will be interesting. But looking ahead next for us, we're away to the capital. We're away to play Hibs. Hibs away, I like it. This will be an interesting one. I'm unfortunately not able to make it to the game. We're going to take a good crowd through their own. We always do. Hibs will be right up for this. They're going to become off the back of a European away day against Legia Warsaw.
Yep.
I hope for our sake and Scottish football's sake they'd go through in the game. I don't know if they will. How do you think that game will go? Can we go there and get another win at Easter Road? Because we've got a pretty good record. We've won there 3-0, I think, the last 2 or 3 times gone there, I think.
I can definitely see it happen now, because actually they've got a tricky away tie away in Legia, which isn't going to be easy. So there could definitely be another win there for St Mirren. Obviously, you've got away and then rest until Sunday anyway, so all the players get freshened up for it, and as I said, there could be a very good 3 points series there again. Hibs will probably need to be fresh again. They'll be tired. So I can see another St Mirren win now.
I hope you're right. After that, we play Falkirk away, Kilmarnock away, and then Dundee at home. We're not at home until the 27th of September, which is just over a month and 2 days, in fact. So, there's a wee bit of a wait until we're next at Miser, but look, these away days, we've got to go into with a bit of confidence and belief that we can win them all. Hibs is going to, in my opinion, be the toughest away day. It's never easy playing Hibs. I know we've made it look a bit easy with 2 3-0 wins in the last couple of times, but it is never as easy as we make it out. Here's a strong performance needed versus Hibs and Falkirk should be straightforward, you'd hope. I would hope. Falkirk have not looked good since coming up, so I'm hoping we can maybe go there and get the 3 point. then you're looking at Kilmarnock in the quarter final, which it's fair to say I'm already nervous for that one. The game's not even happening yet. And that is, I believe, a 7:45 kick-off on the Friday night, which has been confirmed. So that'll be interesting, a Friday night game against Kilmarnock. But
Was it?
aye, it's been confirmed for the Friday night.
When? Oh, I hadn't even seen it.
Well, the Celtic and Rangers games haven't been confirmed because you just don't know your European schedules yet. So that's why your games haven't been confirmed. But us and whatever the other cup quarter final is it Motherwell Aberdeen? They've, I think, it might not be them. I can't. There's been 2 games that have definitely been confirmed when they're being covered anyway, and we're one of them. So we are on the Friday night. So it's a pretty decent tie actually. I don't mind that a Friday night away to Kilmarnock. But interestingly, in the Falkirk game on, I know you've been a big fan of Falkirk since they came up. I know you spoke about them wanting to get after a good start. I think you even predicted them to finish as high as 6th. I'm led to believe. I can't remember off the top of my head. Or that might have been something different. I cannot remember. But how do you think we'll fare off against them when we go away to play them? Because it is a tough. I mean, look, as much as we should be looking to get 3 points, it's a tough away stadium to go to.
Oh, it's gonna be a wee tough game. Away to Falk anyway. I think I'd actually predicted him top 6, but no, any higher than 6. I think it was 6. Aye, it was 6. Aye, I would get it, but still.
No, I think, in my opinion, mate, I think they'll be fighting off relegation this year. I think they've found out how tough it's actually going to be.
I have a great decision. Actually, no, but tough away day at Falkirk. It always will be. Especially with obviously they're still in Asher Tough, which is a hard pitch to play on as well. But I think you should get through it. But that's why the ones in it could go either way, because Falkirk will fancy their chances because they're not playing like a Rangers yet or a Celtic yet at their ground yet, so they'll fancy their chances and that. So, but I think it should be a decent game, to be fair.
Up until they play us, they play Aberdeen away on the 31st. They had obviously this weekend off. Yeah. Then they play us, and then they play Hearts, and then Rangers. So it's a really tough fixture list for Falkirk coming up. They've no got
Hearts.
Yes, they are, and then at home to Rangers. So it's say what you want about Rangers, but it's going to be a tough couple of weeks for them. Then they're away to Motherwell with the Rangers as well, which we know their system. So it's a bit tough for Falkirk. On our side, before we go, I'm all cautious that the 8 PM kick-off is fast approaching in the Premier League, and I do want to go and watch it. So before we go, I do want to get your predictions. I'm going to sneeze in a minute, but I'm not going to write them down. I'm no longer going to sneeze, thank God. First game, St Mirren away to Hibs. What's your prediction?
I'll get 2 each.
2 each, alright, I like it. Keno, anybody else that's in the stream, if you guys want to give me your predictions as well, that feel free to do so. Feel free to write them below. I will also write down my predictions as well. I'm going to go a 2-1 win for St Mirren away at Capital. I think we sneak another late goal. I know we love doing that against them. So let's hope it continues so I can laugh at Patterson. Right. I'll get your next 3 predictions then. So we've got Falkirk away after
that. 3-1 St Mirren.
Alright, Keno's also gone 2-1 St Mirren away at Hib. Let me just write that down. I hope he's gone fucking 2-1 St Mirren. Wait, what did you say for the Falkirk game?
3-1 yours.
Alright. Give them a go,
Will. Scott Bain header.
Fuck off. Got off you 30 yarder. Right, for Falkirk, I'm gonna go 4-0 St Mirren.
Oh fuck.
I really don't like them. I think they see when they take one battering, I think they'll start crumbling. and I think we'll be the team that give them the battering. I think we'll win 4-0. And finally, Kilmarnock in the Cup quarter final.
Is this been scheduled for TV action?
Yeah, every game will be on TV
Oh,
because it's a quarter. So
yes. Oh, right. It's a hard one because I really want you to get your hand in there.
if you genuinely think Kilmarnock will win, just say it. I'm not going to cremate you, I promise.
But I don't, but I don't think Kilmarnock's been playing well. I'm going to say 1 each and you just win in penalties.
Oh, my heart rate will be fucking gone. Hold on, let me just write that down. Do you know if you've got the Kilmarnock and Falkirk predictions right there, man? Oh, right, so you think we win on pens?
Yeah.
What's the score on penalties?
6-5 years.
Ah, fucking hell.
Been
I don't know why
confirmed
I'm
it's been
What?
confirmed that Kilmarnock are going to get Claudio Braga on loan for measure loan, and he's going to miss one, then you're fine.
Right, Keno's win versus Falkirk 3-0 to us. That's
I
what I
like
like
it.
to
I like
see.
it.
Although what I will say is, Keno, you know the jinx, basically own right. This is a bit mental, right? Because me and Keno have this thing going on where if St Mirren win, Man United lose, right? So what happened was last week we beat Hearts in the cup, and Man United lost to Arsenal. This week we drew against Rangers, and Man United drew away at Fulham.
Oh my god.
So I've kind of got this thing going on that if St Mirren win, Man United 10-0 or vice versa.
Fuck's sake.
Against Kilmarnock. Aye, you're right. See, you're just a twat. He's gone 0-0 and Kilmarnock won on penalties. Alright, I like it, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
Oh, you just said that, you're a twat.
Yeah, the St Mirren United curse has been going on for at least a year. I'm not joking when I say it is a true curse. Every single time we win a game, they don't. It's mental. I just don't know why it happens.
Wow.
And it's right near enough every time. I am going to go 2 each against Kilmarnock, and I think St Mirren win 5-4 on penalties.
Nice.
That's going to be my prediction. Oh yeah, right. I was literally I was about to promote this. Me and King have a new Premier League podcast called the Set Piece Podcast that we'll be doing every single week, obviously covering all things Premier League, all match reactions. I believe we'll be doing some transfer stuff as well at some point. So if you haven't, please go and subscribe to that. Please subscribe to this channel if you haven't. If it is 100 subscribers, which I believe it is, thanks to Keno. Thank you so much for 100 subs. It is much appreciated. Sorry for the week off last week. I just dealt with some things that I had to take the week off. But we are back. There'll be a video out tomorrow discussing transfer targets. And make sure you go and follow Owen's work as well. Owen does more than you think he does. He doesn't just appear on podcasts for me. He does. He's co-host of SBO Sounds on Paisley Radio every Wednesday, 5 to 6 p.m. So make sure you get that a listen. We are live this Saturday from 3 p.m. till 5 p.m. Me, Owen, and I don't know who it will be yet. We'll talk about that later. But make sure you keep an eye on that. But make sure you subscribe to the Set Piece Podcast because we will be starting that. Tino's going to get 5 episodes max before it stops. You know what? Fair enough. I'm not going to pull up that comment that Dennis wrote to Kino. That'll probably get me taken down. But Owen, I do want to speak about one more thing before we go, mate. I want to speak about the striking situation for St Mirren. It is out there that we're looking for a striker. There was a striker for, I can't even remember where, Charlton or somewhere that we were linked with. I don't think that's going to happen. What are the chances, coming for a Celtic fan, that Johnny Kenny ends up in Paisley before the end of the window?
Well, there could be a good chance, but the fact that he just came on Saturday and he's just literally by the goal and stuff like that, Aye, there could be a chance. I'll give you that. There could be a chance that someone could have Johnny Kane in the window.
Right, well, we don't need to, mate, because we're going to sign Kane. Former Man City academist, I believe. So, aye, we just need to put him up front, we'll be fine.
That'd rather pass on that.
He's going to give you a side tackle next time you come to Scotland. But no, the striking one's so interesting. I don't even know if I'd want Kenny, to be honest with you.
Aye.
Like you've not seen me. I mean, Owen literally has seen you play. I'm pretty well, you know, the last time we went out to play football.
It literally did. You literally hit the ball right off my head and I saved it.
Up with me in a garden. Aye.
Mate, I literally somebody hit me with the
awesome.
ball in the head, saved it, and then I get another rebound shot.
Aye, but you used to be a goalkeeper, but
I know, but still.
oh. No, it's not. But aye, the striking situation is very interesting. We do need one more, I think, before the window shuts.
Yeah.
I think. I worry that it's not going to be what Robinson wants. I think Robinson spoke about only adding first team quality that's going to break up the first team and replace people. Do we have enough time to get that player in? Do we have enough time to find somebody that's going to replace Mandron and Ayunga? I don't know.
I mean, I think if you want a fast striker to run off for somebody, then I think right now Kenny's your man for it.
No, you know who your man's for it? Ronan Hill.
Yeah, that's no option now.
But it's going to cost too much. If we wanted Ronan Hill, would realistically wait on John McGinn getting sold and then use whatever money we bank after that for Ronan.
No. Literally, I think if we maybe if we possibly get a striker in before the window shuts, then Sunday will go out on loan because we can't have that amount of strikers in that club sitting there doing nothing. So one will need to go out on loan. Aye, I would hope not because I actually want to see the boy play, but
I think it's
if you want.
Nah, you're alright, I'll pass. Somebody else asked me that and I said I'll pass. But aye, we will wrap it there. Owen, thank you so much for joining me, mate. I do appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks to everybody for the comments. We will be back tomorrow with a transfer video. Kane's telling you're going to leave. He's going to leave you in the dust, mate. The next time we go to the Ashy. So be ready for that.
Watch yourself.
Oh, it's going to get tasty next time Kane comes up here. But I've been Robbie Rants, aka Robbie Collins. That has been Owen. We will be back tomorrow with a transfer video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.